can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. Stick will be joining us shortly. D-Mac was a late scratch? Late scratch, absolutely. D-Mac's got a lot of stuff going on in the business community right now, but you can jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread on YouTube. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel as we begin our push towards 84,000 subscribers, which is crazy, but here we are. Tons of you in the chat already. If you want to skip the line, use the super chat. You guys can make your way through that and get into it. A lot to get to today. We do kind of have, and this broke right at the end of the show yesterday, right?
Yep.
The Frank Ragnow news.
Rip.
Spencer's crushed. We'll talk about it.
Sucks.
Spencer says it's over.
It's over.
Spencer says pack it up, pack it in.
5-12.
Let me begin.
Yeah.
5-12 loading.
5-12 loading.
Number 9 pick in the draft?
Yep.
Who's the best center?
Fourth in the division.
Yeah, that 3-1-3. Who's your number one center target?
It's over.
In the draft.
We gotta
next
make
year?
a trade. Gotta trade for Creed Humphrey.
Is Olin Kroontz still around?
Yeah.
3-1-3. Let's get into it. No, but Spenny, I won't ask how you are. We know.
Yeah, it sucks.
We're gonna run the gamut of emotion.
We kind of knew it was coming, though. I'm pretty sure everybody thought we'd get a little bit more out of him, maybe another year, but the writing was on the wall that he was going to hang him up soon.
And there's an element of that to it, Spenny. There's an element of that. No question. Chase in the Chase Lounge. Chase, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much. I don't think the microphone's really working right now.
There you go. I got you now.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, hey, I guess I fixed it. I don't know.
Yes, you did. Good. I guess I fixed
There
it.
you go.
Just
Hey,
that good.
it's a bottom line business.
I'm just
Either it
that
works
good.
or it doesn't.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. In the Woodwards, we have intern Simeon here in the house as well. He's sitting in the spaceship as we speak. That's a pretty sweet shirt you got on there, intern Simeon. Is that sweat stains or is it designed to be built that way? Like it looks like all faded and stuff. Like
It's a little faded away, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like worn down, washed out, kind of.
All right, I got
That's
you.
how it went. Used to be a little bit more colorful.
All right.
Vintage.
All right. So we're in there. Tribe, Stick says everything is fine. We're going to get Mike Webster. We are definitely not getting Mike Webster. All right. Greg 2025, good morning, Big D Energy. Good morning, Greg. Appreciate all of you guys jumping in here. But yeah, as we said, Stick will meander on in here in just a little bit. Okay. This broke yesterday. I was on the golf course. Shout out to the Rocket Classic, by the way. Had us out there for the media outing. Played very well, Spenny. I could be back.
Yeah, it sounds like you're back.
I could be back. I could. I need one more good outing to confirm. If we get one more good outing, then we are officially back. But anyway, though. All right. Frank Ragnow. Mikael Dunlop. Professional Neil in the building. No, nice day Neil is here.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Summer Neil.
Summer Neil. It's funny, man. I jump in the lab one day. I come out 10. I'm ready to go. It's like I'm a changed man.
Yeah, it feels good.
It does feel good, man.
It's supposed to be 80 today. It's supposed to be 80 tomorrow. It's a good day.
Pushing 90 today, as a matter of. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right, Nicholas Duncan, stop freaking out about Frank. Let's get into it then, everybody. Number one, I have about 4 different angles of approach on this Frank Ragnow thing. Let me do this here to start. Shout out to Frank Ragnow.
Shout out. Absolutely.
Before we get into any of that other stuff, man, Frank Ragnow, let's say this to you, ma'am. You talk about a dude that put it literally all on the line.
He played with a broken throat.
A torn pec.
Yeah.
A broken throat, a torn pec, a toe that can't be fixed.
Had reconstructive knee surgery midweek and did not miss the game that week.
Like, what are we talking about? Frank Ragnow, salute to you.
Guy's a warrior.
You laid it all on the line for your teammates, for the franchise, for the fans. Shout out to you, Frank. You go hunt and fish and all that stuff that you do, and don't think for a second about it, man. He came out and said it.
Mm-hmm.
Came out and said it. My body can't do it. I thought it could. It couldn't do it. So I just want to cut one thing off right now. The people, and you know these people, why didn't he retire before the draft? Piss on you people. Because he was planning on coming back and the body wasn't participating. So you know what? You don't get to time that out. And Frank Ragnow gave his guts to this team. His body to this team. He leaves on his terms when he wants to. A multiple-time All-Pro, a multiple-time Pro Bowl player, and guess what? I don't know what the statute of limitations are. His name belongs in that ring.
Yep.
At Ford Field. Period, end of story. The guy walked in the door and performed his whole entire career. A consummate warrior. You can't ask for somebody to give more than Frank Ragnow gave. You can't do it. And however that timing worked out, that's not up for debate. He owes nobody anything. Anything. Because he gave it all. So I just wanted to shout that out, man. The Dull Spoon, a Green-Neal 100. Phil, Frank needs at least a year to heal. If you read it, if you read what he said, there was no room for interpretation. None. Because, and again, look, I believe with the retirement is, with it being on June 1st, any kind of money left over from bonuses now can be split between this year and next year. Mm-hmm. So he actually did the organization a solid by doing it on the June 1st deadline. 5,541 snaps, 6 sacks allowed in the National Football League. Not the Sun Belt, not college football, not against the Citadel, in the National Football League. So props to him. Props to him.
Hall of Fame level talent. Probably won't make it in the Hall of Fame because of, the longevity, but he's the best center in the history of the Detroit Lions. Which
says a lot.
Yeah.
Which says a lot, given some of the guys that Adie's 4-1-1. Maybe he will make a comeback for the playoff run.
No.
Again, guys, go back and read the statement.
Yeah, that's the thing that when it boiled down to it, when we finally got to the brass tacks of it yesterday, that's the thing that really got me, is that when this team wins the Super Bowl, Frank Ragnow's not going to be on it. And that sucks. Because he's been here from the ugly shit.
Right.
And he deserves it. So I feel like we let him down a little bit.
I think the organization, if they win a Super Bowl, Stick, welcome.
Hey, hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
D-Mac is out doing D-Mac things. He said it will be worth the payoff. So
you trust the man when he's off.
I don't doubt D-Mac.
Absolutely. Nicholas Duncan, I give my big toe to. Real cream of wheat. We're going to miss Ragnow. I'm going to get there. I have 3 to 4 different angles that I'm going to talk about. But this stick right now is the Frank Ragnow appreciation session of the program. Guts.
I'm okay with
spilled.
that. Glory.
Spilled.
Playing without a neck.
Not enough glory.
Playing without a toe.
A broken throat. He
A
played
broken
game
throat.
with a broken throat.
Nobody even knew you could break a throat.
Yeah.
Besides Pimps on 8 Mile, I have never heard of the thing.
No.
He couldn't talk for 2 weeks.
No, and, in baseball, I'm a big fan of the catcher position because, they're in charge of the field. They're instructing everybody where to go. And when you're talking football and you're talking the orchestrator of the blocking assignments, calling out middle linebacker, knowing where the gaps are going to be, that next level thinking is going to be missed. You could probably replace his physical talent. I don't know if you can replace what's between the ears immediately. Now, over time, someone can grow into that position and learn the reps and stuff like that. But, you started to see a little chink in the armor last year against Ed Oliver, just absolutely dominating them. And those weren't typical Frank Ragnow performances. Curious why he waited so long.
Because he was going to try to give it a go.
And then the contract thing came out, though. That kind of muddles some things, So there's some odd timing behind it, and I get, he was going to try to give it a go, but you still put the team in a precarious position unless he told Brad Holmes, listen, you better go lineman heavy this draft because I'm close to tapping. I'm not sure if I can give you another year.
There is no doubt in my mind the team knew that this was a reality that could have happened, and they were preparing for it. They drafted 3 interior offensive linemen the past 2 years. They knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
So the timing's not peculiar, Stick. June 1st is when the league new year starts.
Okay.
So what it allows you to do is any dead cap that's left via signing bonuses or stuff like that, you can now chop it up. This year's dead cap money goes on this year's cap like it would anyway. Anything else gets balled up together and put on next year's cap.
Okay.
So that's
I
where
still
it
have
goes.
PTSD from Sanders leaving and during training camp. So anytime it's like not right after the season that a guy retires, I'm like, huh. You know, like if you knew you were on your way out, like give your team more time to fill that position. And I'm not saying that was what Frank Ragnow did. Knowing his toughness, you're probably right. He pushed himself to when training camp came and the body just didn't heal enough this offseason to be able to give him that next run. Which, hey, man, credit to the man knowing when to tap out, too, before you become a liability and before you become hated, right? Because we've seen a lot of guys wear out their welcome. Hall of Fame at the start, and then all of a sudden they start – I mean, hell, this town turned down Miguel Cabrera, a guy who delivered you an MVP and a Triple Crown.
Turned on Joe Dumars.
So, well, I mean, Joe Dumars is, like, chastised in this city for no reason.
Right.
It's the dumbest thing. And, you know – you like seeing a guy go out like this on his terms, and we're going to remember Frank Ragnow at the top of his game. We're not going to remember the ghost of Frank Ragnow and what he was when his two knees worked or back when he had a throat. Like, we don't have to remember those things. We can remember who he was.
Back when he had a trout. I always like saying it with trout. Yeah, like the New York style. Yeah, you had a broken trout. You know what I'm saying?
The two Utes.
Yeah, but he did. And again, the timing of it is why. And as I pulled up the numbers, if he would have retired pre-June 1st, it would have been about $8 million and change on this year's cap and dead cap money. But because he waited, it's 4.8 this year and 3.6 next year. So that's why, and that's why you'll see like there was another retirement in the NFL. I think the Patriots center or somebody retired too. That's why June 1st is. This is like the league New Year Day where you're going to see everything. Now all the cuts will be coming down and everything like that. So we're like, guys, I know that we're always amazed by how much we get into, and especially here in Detroit as Lions fans, and like we're in a window to win and compete for the Super Bowl and all that stuff. So we never really paid it its due attention before. But now that we're in this, now you're noticing every little thing, like the June 1st New Year's Day of the league. Now all the player cuts happen.
Is this what real teams feel like?
Real team, it's a year-round thing.
Wait a minute.
It's a year-round thing, Stick. So we're involved. We're here. We're in it. And, yeah, so we're getting into it. So I wanted the Frank Ragnow appreciation thing. Salute to you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank Ragnow.
Thank you, Frank.
You belong in the Hall of Honor or the Ring of Honor, whatever we call it here in Ford Field, multiple time all Pride of the Lions. That's what it is. Put his number up, whatever the designations are. Whenever that day of eligibility comes, boom, his name's going up there. Period. End of story. So I'm gonna go to commercial now.
Shout out to Michael DeVries for the 5 gifted subs in the Woodward Sports chat. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, shout out.
And shout out to Demond Ice. Joe Dumars deserves the criticism. He botched a draft pick. Also gave you a title.
3 titles. 3 titles.
Well, if we're talking GM status, right? Yeah. Also brought you 6 Eastern Conference Finals in a row, and you see they almost rioted in New York to make it to an Eastern Conference final.
But that's
It's a topic for another day, but.
Anytime somebody brings this up, though, I take my 20 seconds and I do it. Joe Dumars took you. Joe Dumars got you 2 championships as a player. Mm-hmm. Probably the most well-renowned defender of, Michael Jordan in the league.
Wasn't he a Finals
and
MVP?
Then was a Finals MVP in the Portland series.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good, by the way. Top 75 NBA player. And, oh, by the way, as a GM, took you from teal uniforms to a champion again.
I don't bleed teal. That's what he said. I don't bleed teal. These
So-
young bucks bleed teal.
So there you go, everybody. Stop with the Joe Dumars slander. Will not be tolerated nor endorsed.
The only
on this
reason
show.
the Palace was able to set their address as 3 championship drive is because of
Joe Dumars was the only one
The only one a
unilaterally
part of all
involved.
3.
If you're into facts.
If you're into appreciating greatness.
If you're into appreciating greatness, like Buddy's Pizza.
There it is.
Like Buddy's Pizza, that's greatness. We appreciate that here on Woodward Sports as well. The original Detroit-style pizza. And guess what? There's over 20 Buddy's locations. We were downtown at the one on Broadway. If you're going to a game, a concert, whatever, yes, Buddy's Pizza can be a part of your night out. Do it tonight for dinner, as a matter of fact. Use a promo code 10MEAL. That'll get you 10% off your Buddy's Pizza order. And again, they invented Detroit-style pizza. They're as Detroit as it gets. Great partnerships with Detroit and Michigan organizations like the Detroit Zoo, the Michigan Humane Society, all of it. And the moral of the story is incredible pizza, as you see right there. Buddy's, the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson.
D-Mac here to talk to you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they are partnering with us, Woodward Sports. They just launched their new product on May 30th, so that means it is in stores now. Spenny, he's a big fan of it. I don't know why you're not doing these. Well, I guess D-Mac is the weed guy, so yeah, okay, you should doing the live read for Mad Packs, but it's out in stores now. Stop at your local dispensary, ask for it by name, Mad
Demand
Packs, and they'll make you happy.
Demand it.
Demand it.
Absolutely. We're back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule stick in for D-Mac. We have Chase over in the Sound Lounge. Intern Simeon in the house. Spencer Raxter's here. That's third to first across the infield. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Double G21 in the Super Chat. If you want to skip the line, use the Super Chat. Screw the Stafford video. Frank Ragnow tribute video loading.
There's a man that knows ball.
Absolutely.
There's
That's a
man
ball
that knows
knower.
ball.
That's a ball knower.
Yeah, Wheezy followed up.
Unlike Mike
deserves
G.
the love.
Unlike Mike G, who is clearly not a ball knower, that says that Joe D blew it. The dynasty was busted because of Joe D.
Yeah, the dynasty.
Oh, the guy that he built.
Yeah. So, like, if I'm playing with Legos and I build my house, I'm allowed to knock it over. No one else is.
Especially
but
when
I
you're
built it.
Well, especially when you're a soldier and you work for somebody.
Right.
And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
He was the ultimate soldier. The ultimate soldier.
True gentleman.
Yeah,
Joe
that's all right. You don't know, Mike G. You don't know. So I don't blame you for not knowing. I don't. All right. But jump into that chat thread. All right. So the Frank Ragnow thing.
Yep. Rip.
I gave him his props, 100%. This town should universally love this man because he's everything you say you want. A guy that lays it out there on the line for his teammates, everybody, all of it. So we did do that. Now, I will say this. I'm certainly not on Spenny's page where it's over and 5 and 12 is loading.
Rip.
I'm not rest in peace Tuesday. I'll rest in peace Lions. I'm not saying that. However, I will say this. You are not better today. You are, in fact, not as good. That is a fact. Stick, I'm not having that, bro. Come on.
But at what percentage, right? Like if it's that, I think that's where our disagreement will come. If you're saying they're half of the offensive line is half of what it was, I think that's a little much.
Are they still a top 5 offensive line?
Yes.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are. Anytime you have your Panay Sewell, which is the best offensive lineman in the league,
but he's 1 of 5.
Correct. But you also have Taylor Decker, who is one of the top left tackles in the league.
But on the backside.
Yeah.
But on the back 9. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, though. But you could be on the back 9. Was Ragnow one of the top centers in the league last year?
Yes.
Okay. Was he on the back 9?
Apparently, yeah. Well, he was 28.
So, okay.
Though.
But there we go. So you can do both. Both things can be true. You have some experience with Glasgow. He's going to be kind of your guy. And then we've seen flashes from Mahogany. We don't like Ratledge is the big question mark, right? If this guy can come in and play lights out football, I don't think you're going to have the 50% drop off that you're alluding to. You could have maybe a 20% drop off, but it's yet to be seen.
It's just because I go back to it and the Graham Glasgow thing, and there are people, if you say that they are equal, that is inherently false. Inherently false. Just based on what the responsibilities of the position are, all of it. My lasting memory last year of Graham Glasgow was the Jared Goff fumble in the Washington game where Glasgow got absolutely cooked on the play. Absolutely cooked.
Yep.
Goff's fumble, and that's what let the horses out of the barn in that football game. That's what changed the complexion of it.
Should have been a running play.
We can say what we want. It was a pass play, and Glasgow got cooked. And that's what I keep going back to. Because if you have another one of those moments, it turns games. It turns football games. Well, I'll say this then. Say it's 20%, whatever. And I'm not going to debate, I'm not going to debate the intricacies of is it 20%, is it 33%,
well, I think that's a big deal, though, right? Like, because just saying, oh, the Lions are not as good as they were yesterday, that's a true statement, right? But how bad is it? And that's like,
what did you have them in the schedule next year? Like the schedule game
when it came out?
12-5.
Yeah, 12-5, 13-4, right?
Okay, because I had them 11-6. You can't help but at least take a game off that. You can't help.
You think Ragnow's worth a game?
100%.
One game?
100%. Because a mistake's going to happen.
1 out of 17. So, we're right in that 20% range.
Right.
Yeah.
So we vibe on that. It will cost you a game.
It's tough. I can concede it will cost you a few plays, and then I also concede that those plays could cost you a game. But there's also several things that go into it. But yeah, no, you're definitely not as good today as you were yesterday. But I don't think it's this, you're horrible today and you were great yesterday. I think you were great yesterday. You're very good today.
Mike G tries to demonstrate that he does know ball by saying, I think peeps are dismissive of Ragnow because they don't understand the importance of offensive line play, especially at the center and the guard spots. But then he, right under that message, proves he doesn't know ball by saying Ragnow greater than Joe D. Easy, guy. Easy.
Yeah. About that.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm salty. One game, LOL. Y'all are crazy. Spenny, chime in here, please. Am I crazy because I think missing Ragnow takes a game off your win total?
No, you're not crazy. Frank Ragnow's the best center in the league, and it's a fifth of your offensive line. And it's probably outside of left tackle the most important spot on the offensive line. Graham Glasgow is not as good. He is not the athlete. He's not the level of player that Frank Ragnow is.
Or even that Graham Glasgow was.
Or
once.
that he. But I think he'll be.
Him. He's a good player.
I think he'll be better than he was at the end of the season because he was banged up and dealing with some injuries then. But no, you don't replace Frank Ragnow like that. And it's
can't replace a Frank Ragnow. It's like Gary Bertier.
No, he's It sucks. Like I said. At the very least, you could say they're 20% worse because that is 1/5 of their offensive line.
How is the Big Fella Coalition dealing with the retirement of one of your heroes?
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I felt like somebody died yesterday.
Yeah.
I said it was like when Bobby Bacala finds out Karen died in that car accident. It's just like, fuck, man. you were so pissed off about something else. It's just like, oh my God, it all meant nothing. This is what really matters.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Wheezy D313. I think Frank is a better GM than Joe D. Really? Because he took you from teal uniforms and Jerry Stackhouse to an NBA championship? He did that.
But wait, you can't trade your best player and get better, Neil.
Joe Dumars literally built this. He literally built it from nothing into a champion.
Yeah. He
like Loy Vaught as your best player.
He found Ben Wallace in a trash heap. Got him with Chucky Atkins and turned Ben Wallace into a Hall of Famer.
Matt Hake, I need weekly fishing videos from Frank Ragnow to forgive him. That's fair.
That's the next evolution, right? Fishing with Frank
Grizzly
every
Man
Sunday
outdoors.
before Fox NFL. Like, that's got to be his transition.
We need a new outdoor adventure, boys. There is a big void for him to fill.
Yeah, the outdoor boys retired.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Flannel Sam, I took one game off my win total this morning. Not hate. I just have an immense amount of respect for Frank Ragnow as a player. And look, that's where I am too. He is. That's going to cost you a game. It just is.
Can we say that will cost you a game early in the season? Because I feel that if we give...
It's more likely to then.
Right.
I agree with that.
By the end of the season, if we're giving Ratledge, 15 games worth of snaps, by the end of the season, he should be elevated to a point where we're not as concerned. I'm more concerned about the first couple games or the first game on the road when the sound is too loud.
DNC dropped a bag in there. You want to read it, Neil?
Yeah, I got it. All right, DNC ENT in the Super Chat. Just got my payout from this weekend's gambling festivities. 2 mortgage payments made, kids' T-balls accessories purchased. It's been an eventful morning. Pissed I didn't put money on Kerry Bonds 3+ home runs when after the first I said hat trick loading. DNC ENT, well, number 1, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Number 2, hey, trust that gut, man. DNC ENT and I, we vibe on the Caesar Sportsbook life. We definitely do. There is no doubt about it. Props to you, my friend. Congratulations. Get that money up.
Hell yeah.
Get that money up. No, but the next transition that I do want to talk about with Ragnow is exactly what you just alluded to. It was a great segue, and you didn't even know it was a segue.
It's funny how
but
it
it was
works.
great.
It's funny how it works with me and you, Neil.
It is, man. It's vibes, man. It's just straight up vibes because I do want to get into it. Just like if you want a haircut, you should get into Lady Jane's.
Yeah, it's wicked awesome, and you can walk in anytime and sit down. Listen, we're guys, right? We like things easy. I don't plan a damn thing. I look at myself in the rearview mirror. I'm like, oh, God, I need a haircut. I got 30 minutes. Let me go find a Lady Jane's. That's how I operate. I'm not sure how you guys do. Like, my wife, she's got her haircut appointment set months in advance. Not how fellas operate. Lady Jane's. You can walk in anytime. Metro Detroit locations all over Detroit.
Emma hooked me up yesterday.
Who did?
Emma.
Emma did?
Yep.
Yeah, no, Beth the other day, I was like, you got time? She's like, yeah. I'm like, sorry. That's just how I roll. It's how I've always been. And Lady Jane's has always been my go-to. Even before we were here in lovely Birmingham, I would go to Lady Jane's in Royal Oak. So, Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today. Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. Thenfights.com.
The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's number 1 Chevy dealer. You can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado for just $199 per month, or a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $259 per month. Come visit any of Feldman's 5 Chevrolet locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, or Lansing. It's Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's number 1 Chevy dealer.
Yeah, honestly, that's a hell of a deal for a car. I'm looking for a new car because my 2015 Jeep is...
It's about a wrap.
$190,000. We did it.
You did it? You made your money on that car.
That's
$200 for a Silverado a month.
But that's what's crazy is I went to another dealership. I'm not going to call them out by name, just because my buddy works there. And I was like, hey, give me a pricing on a new Jeep. Give me all this. He's like $699 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, what about a lease? He's like, it's pretty much the same. And then I see this. I'm like, what? $200? I could get 3 of them.
Well, you know what to do.
I know.
Duh.
But for real, $199 is unreal right now. It's unreal.
Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. We're talking Frank Ragnow and Dante 151. The last time Graham played center was in 2016 for the Lions. And, guys, it won't be the same. I don't care how high on the Lions supply you are. It will not be the same. And I don't think I'm breaking any ground by saying that. Like, you can be the biggest optimist in the world. You do not lose a multiple-time All-Pro and get better or even stay the same.
The best thing that we can look forward to this Lions season is the center's name not to get mentioned. It's like an umpire, right? If they're just doing their job.
That by nature, that's the offensive line job, right?
Yeah, but, like Penei Sewell's, he's throwing pancake blocks. Like, he's doing all that stuff. But, yeah, no, if we get a guy in there and it's not like, well, it's another missed blocking assignment, maybe because they were shifting the wrong way because, Ragnow left. Like that. Man,
it's a complex
I'm really worried about
learn.
the first road game.
It's an extremely complex blocking scheme to learn when you look at the run blocking, and that is the most important thing, is how good Frank was at calling the protections and setting up the offensive line to have success. That's something that they're going to have to learn. That's why I don't think it's going to be Tate Ratledge. It's going to be Graham Glasgow to start the season. I would be very surprised if it wasn't. But Tate Ratledge has been taking snaps at center in OTAs, and I think he's going to be the center of the future. But I believe they start the season, and it's going to be Frank Ragnow.
Oh, man.
Or, I mean, Graham Glasgow.
What about Miles Frazier? That's another, like, sneaky guy in this situation where he's probably going to pay off before that we thought. Like, a lot of these guys now, like, it's a lot like media, right, Neil? The only way you're moving up and taking someone's position is if they quit or they die. That's it. That's how you move up in media, right? But sometimes that means younger guys are going to get opportunities to grow a lot earlier, and I think that's a guy that we may hear his name popping up because didn't he play a little bit of center in college too?
A little bit, yeah. I talked about it yesterday. It's not guard or center anymore. It's interior offensive line. So all those guys are going to be able to fight for that position, but
center's tough, man.
They're going to give it. It's going to be Graham to start the season.
That extra motion of snapping the ball is just so tough. Yeah, man. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. But luckily, we have Jared Goff, so I'm sure he will be able to call out who the mic is, be able to help along the way. If you had a rookie quarterback and a rookie center, you're done.
Cool.
At least you have a veteran quarterback who can be like, hey, looks like the defense is slanting left, or, they'll figure out some sort of communication.
Pete Smith in the super. I'm surprised by the legs that this has, the Joe Dumars stuff. Pete Smith in the super chat. Joe Dumars turned Bob Sura, Chucky Atkins, Lindsey Hunter, Zeljko Labracha, and the Celtics and Chris Mills into Rasheed Wallace, and then he got Lindsey Hunter back.
Yep.
No, yeah, that's exactly what happened, Pete. And the people here
Bobby Sura, what a pull.
Hazardous nature. Dumars is the reason for the last 15 years rebuild. Let Ben walk in free agent, who was awful for the Bulls. He was over.
Very bad for the Bills.
Awful.
He didn't let Ben leave. Ben hated Flip Saunders.
Yes.
That had nothing to do with Joe Dumars. Ben got a reasonable offer from the Detroit Pistons for being a one-dimensional player. Hall of Fame one-dimensional player.
And got a
Flannel
bag
Sam.
from the Bulls.
He got $6 million more a year to go to the Bulls. $6 million a year.
Yeah.
That's life-changing money for Ben Wallace. Right?
Traded money for anybody.
But then he went to the Cavs and he sucked there too. And then he came back home.
And he was he was decent for us when he came back.
Because
he was fine.
Because he was a Piston, right?
Yep.
That was who Ben Wallace was. And if Flip Saunders wouldn't have come in and just torched that relationship, the band would have stayed together a little bit longer.
Traded Billups for AI, signed Charlie V, Ben Gordon, etc. Hazardous nature. You are aware that he sat free agency out for 2 years. Around what time in the franchise's history? What happened around that time?
Bill Davison died.
Like, come on, man.
Well,
just say you don't know.
Well, Andy explained why he signed Ben Gordon and why he signed Charlie Villanueva that year, as opposed to waiting a year, having all that cap space, and getting in the LeBron and Bosh sweepstakes. How did that work out for every team in the league but the Miami Heat? You weren't going to get those guys. You weren't going to get the top free agents the next year. You weren't. It wasn't going to happen. So you go get the best of what's available now. Ben Gordon came off one of the best shooting series of all time in the playoffs against the Celtics. You didn't know he was going to come here and not be able to shoot the rock. Charlie Villanueva is Charlie Villanueva, but he was a stretch four that you needed in that position, and he didn't play up to his potential. So I can't fault a guy for buying the best available at the time, knowing that you were not going to be able to afford the best available next year.
Lunchbox in the chat. Neil, Frank missed a Seattle game, and Glasgow played center against the Seahawks, and Goff was perfect. Yes, Lunchbox. That's one game under optimal conditions at home against a busted-up defensive Seahawks line. That was under optimum conditions. Can you do that 17 times?
The communication thing on the road, I think, is something that's going to be more important than anything else, right? Because if you were in Seattle with the 12th man and you can't hear a damn thing for a rookie center, that's going to be really tough. So, like, if they do drop a game, Neil, I will say it will most likely be a road game early in the season.
And I have a question about that coming up in a minute. Phil, are the Lions like a starship breaking up in the atmosphere, burning piece by piece? Now, Phil, can we call? All right, let's cut the shit. All right, let's cut the shit then, everybody. Okay, here's the deal. For the people that like say this is the most stunning thing of all time, or that the organization is quote breaking up piece by piece, what do you think the chances are that Frank Ragnow was on this team next year? What do we think it was?
25.
Flip of a coin.
Yeah.
Tops. Like, let's get over the whole shock and awe thing of this, man. This man was held together by rubber bands and scotch tape, man. He was. You know how I know? Because he retired yesterday. That's how I know. We knew this, right? To some degree.
Expected it. We didn't expect it right now, but
we expected it.
We expected it.
We expected it. Like, and that was the thing. And that was my whole angle on the draft talk. Right? When we were doing the draft, I was like, hey, man, I don't care. Go get the best interior. If it's a center, if it's a guard, whatever. Because we need to think about the fact that Frank Ragnow will not be here in the near term.
Past 2 years, you've been saying that. You wanted Graham Barton a couple years ago, too.
Like, in the near term. Like, you don't just get better. When you have a broken throat and your toe, quote, can't be fixed, and you have knee surgery, and you get knee surgery on Tuesday, and you're back, like, on Friday.
Yeah.
Like, when all these things happen, and oh, by the way, you play with a torn pec. You don't just get better.
And you only miss one game with a torn pec.
Like,
one game.
You don't just get better from that type of stuff, man. And Doc's in today, Doc Pierce. We're taking a couple minutes, and I'm asking him about that. Like,
Spenny,
hey,
can you find one of those graphics that like has every player's injury throughout their career?
Yep.
And we should throw that up when Doc's here to go over Frank Ragnow's career injuries.
to miss as limited amount of time as he missed, it's absolutely incredible. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that the starship's falling apart and burning in the atmosphere piece by based on what? Like a guy that you expected to probably not be here next year left this year instead? That's an overreaction.
Because it also doesn't consider what they're adding to the starship while they're in flight too, right? You're getting another year of J-Mo loading. You're getting another year of Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're getting another year of Laporta in his third year. Like there will be progression in other areas. It's not like, oh my God, Frank Ragnow's gone. The whole team isn't going to grow anywhere else. Like, yeah, it's definitely an overreaction. But that's what fans do, Neil. You know what fan is short for? Fanatic.
Yep.
Yeah, you know that line, and that's how these crazy folks think. Like, oh my God, the sky is falling, Frank Ragnow. But I tell you this, if I would have asked you 2 weeks ago, name the top 10 most important players on the Lions, Frank may have not made that list.
Yes, he would have.
He would.
It depends on who you ask.
It should be unanimous.
More important than Goff?
Yes.
No. If Goff left, what would you do to their win total, Spenny?
It'd knock it down.
More than one game?
Yeah.
So then he's not more important.
He's better. He's better than Jared Goff.
Maybe at
Are you out on Goff?
No, I'm not out on Goff. Frank Ragnow is better at his position than Jared Goff is.
Are you out on Goff?
That is undeniable. No.
Are you a Goff hater again?
No.
Okay.
It's
just Frank Ragnow is better than his
I'm just
position.
checking.
If you can't say that, you're stupid.
I'm just checking. You're
I'm
still
not
in on Goff.
I'm in on Goff.
Okay. All right.
They're both top three at their position.
Chuck
I disagree.
Brewer. Neil, Sanders retiring was shocking and the end of the world. This is hard, but folks are going overboard crazy.
Well, yeah, and he did it by fax from Europe during training camp. It's a little different scenario. Instead of fax.
He didn't know anybody anything, man. He provided more than he took. That's all you can ask of somebody, dude. I'll never be the decider when Barry Sanders says he doesn't want to play anymore.
Weezy D313 said, Spenny, come back home. No,
Spenny.
I'm not out on Goff.
With arms
But
wide open.
Frank Ragnow is the best center in the league. So, yeah.
Because Kelsey retired.
He was the second best. Actually, he was the best center in the league when Kelsey was in the
I
league,
will not
too.
slander
Yeah.
Frank
Like,
Ragnow.
Matt G. Don't we still have Gibbs, Montgomery, St. Brown, Jamo,
Ship's
Laporta,
falling apart,
Sewell,
man.
Decker, and Goff? No, they're all gone too, Matt G.
Don't
They
forget-
all retired too. You
Don't
missed
forget
that?
about Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph,
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson's coming back.
You missed that
Reeder,
press release.
both
They all
Reeders.
retired
Yep.
today too.
Yeah, no, that's it. Pack it in, Neil.
All right.
They're worse than they were.
I want to do a real world application of this, and then we'll move on. We'll move on to the Tigers and their destruction of the Chicago White
The
Sox
softball
yesterday.
game we got to watch last night.
Bro, that was like top into the Catholic League versus like the most average public school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna make that statement, but I'll agree with you.
yeah, I mean that's what it was, man.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it was beer league softball. Like, they needed to put a cap on the Tigers. Like, all right, next home run's going to cost you an out. Like, you guys are hitting too many.
yeah, but we're gonna get into it. Planet Fitness, everyone. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys know what it is. I was just there a couple hours ago, as a matter of fact. A new treadmill PR time, by the way.
Shout
Loading
out.
into the Run Club Facebook at some point today.
There you go.
Nice.
But yeah, so we're doing it, and I can do that at Planet Fitness. You can spend some time on the machines because there's an army of machines there. Whether you're a treadmill person, the stair mill, you psychopaths that use the stair mill all the time, that's out there for you. The ellipticals, or if you want to pick up heavy things and put them back down like Spencer
Shoulder
does.
day.
Shoulder day today, as a matter of
Boulders.
fact. Makes my shoulders hurt thinking about it. But hey, Spencer can do that.
Arnold.
There's a 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. There's a stretch zone. All of it is in play at Planet Fitness. And here's the deal, everyone. $24.99 a month for a black card. You get access to all 50 plus of the Metro Detroit location. You go to anyone in the world. Unlimited use of the massage chairs. All of it is there for you. It's one of the best deals in American consumerism. They don't have that in the script. I'm telling you from experience, it is. I'll never be a member at another gym. Planet Fitness till we die. That's where I am with it. So again, pull in the parking lot, go to planetfitness.com. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. It's Planet Fitness.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
This past weekend, I played 36 holes of golf. We just made the turn, then we made the turn again, then we made the turn again.
And then we made another turn.
And then we made another turn. And you know what was with me the whole ride? Loom and those buzzin' drinks, 7.5.
They're perfect for the golf
Oh,
course.
it's amazing. And the guys I were with were like, oh, what are those? And here you go. Pull them out the cooler. It was refreshing. It's like 95 degrees today. Perfect for you to enjoy a nice cold buzzin' from Loom. And you get 30% right off that right now. Just head on in to Loom locations. Tell them WSN30 is your promo code and save that money.
All right, we're keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, stick in for D-Mac. Chase, intern Simeon is here in the house. Spencer Raxter as well. That's the infield.
36 holes of golf. 36 holes. And
Shout
I was
out.
playing out of my mind. I shot outside the round I shot with you and Nick Leach and Fish back in the day.
Yeah.
It was probably my best day of golf.
We're heating up, man. I played very well yesterday.
Did you?
Very well.
Dude, I shot an 88.
I would say it was on par with that day we played.
I shot an 88, which is fantastic for me.
I did I did an 83 at Detroit Golf Club.
Okay.
And the greens were cooking.
Yeah.
I shot a 96 last weekend.
See, we're back.
Yeah.
We're all back
Oh
out
yeah.
here.
90,
we
when I
gotta-
did 36, I shot a 96 and a 102. So
Yeah, we got to do us three with
Oh,
D-Mac
for sure.
again this year.
We definitely
that
got
was a hell of a round.
Intern Simeon, by the way, hooked me up with this. On Caesar Sportsbook, the Detroit Lions were plus 1,000 to win the Super Bowl. Now, the Detroit Lions.
pull.
Now on Caesar Sportsbook, they are plus 1,100. So 10% change in the odds.
So there we go, 10%. That's what we started debating the percent. Well, Vegas decided for us. They're 10% worse.
I'm salty. Goff has never been top 2 in his position. Frank Ragnow is now.
I'm sorry, how many people were in the MVP candidate race this year?
5.
How many are quarterbacks in that? 3, right? It was Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Jared Goff.
Joe Burrow is in there too.
Joe Burrow in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so he's in the conversation of the top 4. Sorry.
Louis the Fourth, you guys play legit though? No mulligans, gimmies, nothing? No, because we played a best ball media outing thing yesterday. So you had to play your own ball, and then you took the best score.
No, I played legit. All my drops I counted. Listen, I'm saying I had an 88.
Yeah.
I'm
not like walking in here saying I shot par.
Yeah, no, you count drops. I get mulligans though. You get a mulligan.
Yeah,
one mulligan per 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to straight up play our own ball.
Yeah.
And then you took whoever had the best score. So, needless to say, like
I love when we played with D-Mac and he was shooting par, but then he lost his ball on hole 18 and he stopped playing.
I felt so bad.
He's like, oh, game's over.
When
I'm
I
like,
played
no,
with
pull out
friends-
another ball and finish this hole. Finish
up and-
one
get up-
over for the day.
get up and down and still make a par.
Yeah, like, or finish one over
Yeah.
or 2 over.
I felt so bad for him.
Oh,
When I
Dude,
play
that-
with friends, it's relaxed rules. But when I'm out by myself shooting 9, like
You're
play
hardcore?
Oh, every ball, every stroke. Like I'm like putting myself through it.
No, I feel you. Chase, you strike me as that. Like, even when you're playing by yourself, like, you would lock in.
I mean, like I want to do as good as I can, and like I want the best score possible. It's me in the course out there, and I want to win every time. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I
like ripping beers, ripping glizzies, and ripping balls. Pause.
I like playing music and being outside and getting a tan.
Yeah.
Getting a tan back.
Same.
I got to make the decision when I'm on the golf course. Am I there to get fucked up or am I there to try to play good golf?
Well, that's
'Cause two
fluid.
things can't happen.
Two things can happen.
But
You're right.
about 3 to 4 holes in,
I do a status check.
I'll make my decision.
If-
I was striping my irons last, and I got this 3 hybrid that I don't hit. It's probably the prettiest looking. It's a TaylorMade 3 hybrid. It's got the orange head, and I was just going up there, no inhibitions, no thoughts, just putting.
So it's like a 1 a.m. on a Saturday night in Royal Oak.
I was
inhibition.
coming off of 0 hours of sleep,
Yeah.
literally 0 hours of sleep, and did 36 holes. I was just walking up there and hitting.
Yep.
Oh, dude,
When
I
you're
was
not
striping
thinking,
them.
you're playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so jump into that chat, get it out there. All right.
Did you see what KP just said? Stick's love affair of Goff is insane. His protector is gone. He may get worse. I hope not, though. And that's something we talked about during the commercial. I asked Spenny, if Goff has an on-par year or has a better year than he did last year, are you going to give him more credit because now he doesn't have Frank Ragnow?
It is tough to like do better than second in the league in yards and fourth in touchdowns
I know,
back-to-back seasons.
But I expect
it is tough.
I expect it out of Jared Goff. I mean, if J-Mo's going to have a breakout year, there's going to be some more stats and more fun things to throw around. But if Goff performs at a high level this year without Frank Ragnow, all the haters have to give him more credit.
Yeah,
they
for
have
sure.
to. You have to.
Absolutely.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Art Vandalay. Don't tell John Daly that, Stick. Dude won a U.S. Open crushing a full case of beer around. I don't think he ever won a U.S. Open.
He's a legend.
He won British Opens.
I ain't
but-
John Daly.
But, well, he was
John Daly's the fucking man. Dude.
Well, he could do a case of beer, like, to be normal.
Yeah.
You know, like to feel normal.
Right.
So that's the difference.
I don't get drunk. I get normal.
Yeah. Paper Chungus, get Bryson DeChambeau on, Neil.
Okay.
Okay, I'll text him. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to offer you something, given the events of what just happened with Frank Ragnow and the Lions. And I just want to put this into perspective. And look, I was a guy that said 11-6. I didn't really take any heat for that. Anyone who said 11-6, you didn't take any heat. The only time I think like heat was warranted if somebody said like 9-8, I thought that was a little aggressive, and if you were like 14-3, I thought that was a little aggressive. But anyway, though, through the first 7 games, if I offered you 4-3, would you take it? At Green Bay, home against Chicago. At Baltimore, home against Cleveland. At Cincinnati, at Kansas City, home against Tampa Bay on Monday night.
So we're saying we lose to Baltimore, Kansas City, and let's say Cincinnati.
Cincinnati or Green Bay.
Let's say Cincinnati. We ain't losing to Green Bay ever
Okay.
again in the history
I would
of
take it.
mankind.
Pause.
Yeah, I would too.
It depends
I
on where
wouldn't be
those
happy with
losses
it.
came, though, right? If it's a loss to the, well, I guess because if you lose to Cleveland, that means you beat,
beat
one of
Kansas
those.
City,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't
Would you
love
take it?
We talked about how the
take
second
it.
half of the season for the Lions is a lot
Caveat.
more forgiving.
Opens up a
A
little.
lot more forgiving in the second half. 4-3. I want 5-2, but I would accept 4.
Are they healthy through this?
As healthy as yeah.
Because I will take a healthy 4-3 over an injured 5-2.
We've learned that lesson.
Yes, right. So like, that's my caveat for you, as our great friend D-Mac would say. Like, if they're healthy and 4-3, hell yeah, let's roll. Let's keep rolling.
Sam Flannel, given Frank Ragnow's retirement, I would take 4-3. Art Vandelay says no. Samaria says new coordinators, we may start slow. Greg 2025.
New coordinators, but same system. Like, it's the same system, guys. It's Sean Payton's system. It's Dan Campbell's system. And Johnny Morton is a product of that. So, like, new guy, but he's been in this system for over a decade.
Sean Hart, Cincinnati has a lot of holes. Pause. Burn in the super chat. Tigers 100% winning the World Series now. When one team gets kicked in the nuts, the other team rises. We'll definitely.
When I rise to the top.
Richard, undefeated, man. I'm calling it. Okay, Richard.
There you go.
Yes.
Better without Ragnow.
Cody Engel, same old Lion roaches have come out with Frank's retirement. Have you I have noticed that to a degree. I have noticed that.
What?
The SOL roaches.
Oh, yeah.
But they always pop any time that they get the chance to. So to recap, Spenny, if I offered you a contract that said 4-3, you would sign it.
No.
Really?
Yeah,
I would.
because I think they could get 5-2. So I'd roll the dice.
You roll the dice. I would take it. Stick.
I'd take it, but I'm not happy with
That's
So
what
you'd
I'm
sign
saying.
it.
Yeah, I'd sign it. As long as the health came with it.
Okay.
As long as
I'd
that
roll
was
the
a
dice
provision.
because I'd be more surprised if they go worse than 4-3. So like I feel like even if I roll the dice, 4-3 is very achievable,
Yep.
and the upside of 5-2, I think is closer to reality than 3-4. I know that's nitpicky, but
Now, if they go 3-4, I'm concerned. So that 2-game
Then
swing
you should have
is gonna
signed the
be big.
contract.
Yeah,
That's fair.
no, I'm just saying. So that 2-game swing is huge within that 7.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Anthony Patterson. Did Jalen Hurts have a new coordinator last season?
Yep.
No excuses.
Yep.
Certainly he did.
Sure did. People don't want to acknowledge that, though. It can't be done, Neil. We lost Benedict Johnson, a guy who just rode Dan Campbell's train the whole way.
Greg in the chat. Tigers talk coming up. Yes, I told you we're gonna get this is the last Lions segment. You know what else I've learned about this?
Well, see you later.
We'll recap it with this. I talked about the post June 1st stuff, and Frank did everybody a solid by retiring post June 1st. I will say this, and Spenny, we've touched on this before, because I think we still qualify as new money. We're new money NFL fans.
Oh, yeah.
We are awkward in the country club. We get too drunk still. We cause a ruckus and stuff like that because we don't know any better.
Every stage is new.
Every stage of this is new. This is so difficult.
Oh, yeah.
It's been
tough to Sherpa fans through this growth, right? It's the growing pains.
Can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, Neil.
And that's it, though. But if you told a fan last year, which I got roasted for by saying, I don't care about regular season wins, I want playoff wins. Oh, if you don't win the North, if you don't get the number 1 seed, you're never going to win a championship. And it's like, okay, well, then time proves this year, okay, the number 2 seed won the championship. You don't necessarily need to be the number 1 seed. But we were so in the mindset of, oh my God, we've peered over the fence so long. That number 1 seed looks so glorious. That first round bye was everything. Winning the division. Oh, we won a division. None of that matters anymore. And we have to learn to readjust our basement expectations. And that's where I think a lot of fans are having a rough time.
But we can't get past it. We can't get past it.
I know. They're having a rough time evolving.
We can't. Because, if it doesn't matter, then you can't flip TF out if they lose a game like it's going to happen. Because it will stick. You're on the post game, I would assume, this year coming up. Or we're still working through. Okay.
This may be a year I tap out just because I want to go to games and shit.
Okay.
It's been 4 years since I've been to a Lions game.
Whoever does the post game duties, be prepared. That first loss, and look, I offered.
I experienced this year, and we had 2 effing losses.
If they
2 losses, and people were throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Can you imagine? They were 15-2. Stick in games, you saw the meltdown.
Well, that became the running joke. AG's washed. First quarter touchdown. AG's washed. This team can't play.
The Minnesota game, the game at Minnesota,
hi Mason Leach,
was over. People were melting down about it.
Yeah.
What if they lost the Green Bay game the first week of it? What if they lose?
Yeah.
In a game that I believe last I looked they were an underdog.
Remember the Texans game when they had 5 turnovers and were down by 20 points?
They want a golf cut immediately.
Oh my God, get him out of here. Get him out of here. It's so
and
amazing.
He was top 5 in the MVP voting. Weird. But
you
anyway,
take away that one game of 5 turnovers. What he had 7 the whole year.
Yeah, whatever the number
one
was.
Game.
But I don't think we are mentally prepared for this. And yesterday,
no, they're not.
Yesterday made it even more volatile.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we've never lost a guy we cared about. That was important to the team because the team's never been important. I mean, outside of Barry Sanders, even when Kelvin quit, nobody expected that team to do anything. It was I'm going to miss watching Kelvin play. Not, this team's taking a step back. It's no, the team sucked. It's going to suck without him. And it did. I mean, Jim Bob Cooter came in and changed the offense a little bit and helped Stafford with his accuracy numbers and his shorter passes. So they kind of supplemented for Calvin being out. But, this is the first time in my entire Lions fandom, besides Barry Sanders leaving, that a player leaving has a detriment on Super Bowl hopes. Never happened.
I'm salty. We have 3 playoff wins since segregation ended. We gained civil rights and lost them before the Lions won a championship. Miss me with the waiting game. Okay, I'm salty. So keep that energy up with the Tigers. It's been over 40 years since they won anything.
Yep.
You keeping that energy up? It's very, very similar, isn't it?
You know what's funny about those 3 playoff wins? Matthew Stafford had 0 of them.
All right. Because
he's a bum!
It's time for the break. Tell him about a massage, please. Anything.
Massage chair, Stick.
Please, hurry.
God, man. Massage chair house. Listen, I was driving around the other day, delivering bounce houses. I was sore. I was like, you know what? I want to stop in and see my boys at the massage chair house. You know what I did? I sat in multiple massage chairs.
Did you do the one that stands up?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
And I got multiple massages, and it's great. Just go in there, try them out. And, they got for all types of budgets, too. It doesn't have to be the $15,000 Pharaoh Q, which is in our studio right now. But I'm telling you, in the long run, that bad boy is going to be worth its money. Because if you're paying masseuses to do what that thing does, you're going to be in well more than $15K. So go to the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield today. Scan that QR code, and they'll tell you all about it.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? You should see what I did there. Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC has deals for everybody. You can get a 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 per month, or the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for only $169 per month. Don't forget about that Hummer EV SUV for $699 per month. Scan the QR code on the screen to check out Les Stanford's massive inventory. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Les Stanford, together. Let's drive.
Let's drive. All right, hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule stick in for D-Mac. He was a late scratch, I guess you could say.
He sent me the longest text.
Yeah?
It's fantastic. I love Aaron so much.
We have Chase, intern Simeon here in the house, Spencer Raxter as
Hello.
well.
Hello.
Dr. Pierce will join us coming up
Shout
in
out.
just a little bit, of course. Shout out to Dr. Pierce. A lot of injury stuff out there in the news. He's bringing a special guest as well. More on that coming up in just a little bit. But yeah, Tigers took apart the poor Chicago White Sox. And look, Parker Meadows comes back. He scores 3 runs. He has a triple, diving catch. Like the show goes on. Kerry Bonds, 3 home runs yesterday. He kind of snapped out of a home run funk.
Yeah.
You could
Dude
say.
was
That
happy to
helps.
be out of the outfield.
Well, yeah, he could be.
So was I.
He could be. But the train just keeps rolling, Stick. Like, it just does. And we talked about the schedule that's coming up. June is very, very manageable. Look, man.
At this point, does the schedule even matter if it's not the Dodgers?
No, it doesn't.
Like, the Dodgers are the only thing that I'd be like, oh, Dodgers are coming up. And even then, I'd be like, oh, it'd be nice to play the Dodgers to see where we're at. But, it's almost... This is what Anson used to get pissed at me about on the post-game show for the Lions. If the Tigers play their brand of baseball, I don't know anybody that can beat them.
I mean, at this point, what do you say? Like, they are a team of destiny, man. Like, it just...
I saw
they
that
are.
flying around the chat.
They are,
come
dude.
On, there's 100 games left. Like, come on.
They're 40-21.
I understand.
40-21.
And what did we just experience with the Detroit Lions? 15-2. They're 15-2.
Right,
Wah,
but
wah,
here's the difference, though. What their strength is, what are they better at than anybody else in baseball?
Pretty much everything right now.
No, but what are they going to hang their hat on?
Pitching.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Better pitching than by far better pitching than anybody in the American League. And I'll say it like this, too. For those that are going to just be dismissive about it,
I'm not being dismissive.
the Dodgers Game 1 World Series starter pitches for us now.
I get that. And it's not about being dismissive. It's about not eating the cake before it's baked. That's all it is. Like, because I just experienced the cautionary tale of being excited over regular season success. It all doesn't always translate, especially in baseball. You know this. If a team gets hot at the end of the year in baseball, it's a whole different ball game for what's going to happen in the playoffs, especially in those short series. I mean, luckily we got, the ace in the hole with Tariq Skubal. So if we need to pitch him twice in the 3-game series, we can. So we got the trump card there. But I love it. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. I heard Flannel Sam say this morning that it is his favorite team he's ever watched put on a Tigers uniform, which I kind of... whenever anybody uses absolutes like that, I think it's from my ACT training in high school. Remember when they told you one of the tricks to ACTs, if it ever says always and it's absolute, the question's wrong. I feel that way about opinions, right? Like, oh, this is the best team ever, or this is the best player to ever wear a Pistons jersey, like Spenny said. Those statements scare me, because the story hasn't been written.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Damn right.
I don't know what that means.
You don't watch Star Wars?
No, I don't.
Yeah, and I'm a Sith Lord. So is D-Mac, actually.
Okay.
Actually, D-Mac's more of a Mandalorian.
Yep.
Yeah. Not to get all geeky with you. Well, why'd you have to throw me off topic? Damn it, Spenny. But no, that's the thing for me. I love it. It's fun. It's great. But will I say it's the best season I've ever watched? Nah, not 60 games in. There's still a lot of time.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Sauceton, you can't tell Stick anything that hasn't happened yet. Never has his own take. Just dismisses others.
Okay. I think I got my own takes. That's why I catch a lot of heat around here. I try to tell you all what's going to happen, and I think I got most of the receipts that prove me right 90% of the time. So I appreciate you listening, but I'd appreciate you listening harder to what I say.
Robert Colosia, remember this, Benny? Fun fact, the Tigers are playing 656 baseball. Remember the time some guy in the chat said in June that if the Tigers just play 666 baseball for the rest of the season, LMAO.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. So just to give that some backstanding perspective, Spenny, this team is playing 656.
Hey.
But, hey, you just got to go 666 for the final half of the season.
See, Cody Ingle gets it. Let's relax on the team of destiny talk. Like, I just think that's just way too much, way too early. It's a great story right now. It really is. Last year I was told
What other
of
explanation do you have for what's going on right now?
They're playing solid baseball.
No. 656 baseball being 40-20 is not, quote, solid baseball. It's incredible baseball.
It's great baseball. It's fun.
They're taking teams apart. Now, look, if you want to get nitpicky and stuff like that, then you would say the one thing that the Tigers do better, I think, than anyone is beat the piss out of bad teams. They take bad teams apart. Colorado, Chicago.
And that's what you love. Like, that's when you know you're a good team.
But that's
when
how this
you
works.
Beat the shit out of bad teams,
Right.
Like,
that's how this works.
Yeah.
Like, too bad for you, man. Like, and again,
well, the Tigers have been on the ass-whooping end for how many years?
oh, they lost every game to Cleveland for a 12-year span.
They got retribution to hand out. So, like, just to take belt to ass every chance you get. And I'm not saying, like, I don't want to talk anybody off the ledge and say you shouldn't be excited. I just don't want you to be disappointed. You know, I just watched Knicks fans celebrate in the middle of Manhattan like they won a championship just to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And now how they feeling about that big celebration. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I want to enjoy the ride, and if it pays off in the end, that's awesome. If it doesn't, I still got an opportunity to enjoy the ride.
Sometimes the chat gives me what I want. The dull spoon. Or, excuse me, Danny G. Tigers struggle against a good team, so I'm not going to act like we are invincible. Danny G, show me even in the American League, they beat your favorite team's favorite team. You know what I'm saying? Like the Yankees, anybody. My only question is them playing the Guardians head up. And it's weird, I know, but sometimes there's matchups like that, and it's weird. That is the one, and again, I talked about this a month ago, and I've seen nothing to change it. I fear nobody in the American League, for real. I don't fear the Yankees at all. I would fear the Guardians probably more than I fear the Yankees.
Fear is a very strong word. I'd say cautious. I'm
aware.
Cautious.
I'm aware of
there
that.
you go. They're on my radar.
Sure.
Yeah, and, you know, last time we played Cleveland, it didn't work out so well for us. Like, let's be honest. So we're not this unbeatable, ungodly baseball team, you know, that Roy Hobbs is hitting home runs into the lights yet. Not yet. It'll come, guys. It'll come.
Kyle Zweed, Knicks fans are just Toronto fans in disguise. That's probably a fair comp.
Knicks fans are almost as delusional as Vikings fans.
They are.
Like, but at least the Knicks have won a championship.
In the 70s.
Yeah, but the Vikings have never won, and they try to talk down to Lions fans.
Yep.
Well, we got there.
They're the same. We're the same.
Yeah.
We are the same.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Except we had a run in the 50s. Like, if you want to get granular on
Right.
it. Like, we've got there, you haven't. Well, we were a dynasty in the 50s.
Right.
So.
Like, great, you got there. Awesome.
Cool. Detroit Dabber 313. Damn you, Quan.
Stephen Kwan. Yeah, fuck that guy. I hate Stephen Kwan, dude. He hits everything. And I swear he's got a 400 batting average against the Tigers.
And like, I don't get it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate him like I hate Larry Bird.
Don't worry. We got our own Stephen Kwan coming up. We have our very own Stephen Kwan coming up. McGonagall is looking Kwanish. That dude is hitting everything, man.
But Cody Ingle, we could talk Team of Destiny when we win the ALCS. Even then, it's not going to be enough for me. You know why? The last 2 times the Tigers have made the World Series, you know how many games they've won?
0.
1.
I'm sorry, 1. That's right, St. Louis.
They won 1. So, and didn't we consider Maglio's walk-off? This is a Team of Destiny. I remember them standing on top of dugouts, Joel Zumaya pouring champagne on underage girls inside the stadium. Like, I remember all of this.
That's what you're going to do. You're going to celebrate when you win a pennant, you know?
I understand, but did it result in a championship?
No.
But was that a team of destiny? That's all I'm saying.
I
Like,
think
let's
the
not
teams
speak
of
about
destiny,
it
the teams of destiny I look at are the Bless You Boys and the
because they won the championship.
and I'll give 06 that too.
You're not a team of destiny if you flame out in the World Series.
And if you look at that 84 Tigers team statistically is one of the worst World Series teams ever.
Doesn't matter.
Like that's what's. But they were 35-5. There are vibes to it, I guess you could say. Like
Baseball's different, right?
Baseball's weird like that
Because
man.
it's more about timely stats than overall stats.
And
right?
it kind of flies in the face of it because, and it's even worse now because we're such a granular.
Aaron Judge is probably the best hitter of the. He's not probably. He is the best hitter of the new generation. Arguably one of the best hitters of all time, and he's never going to be talked about like those other guys in the upper echelon of supers because he's a 201 guy in the playoffs.
Just like Mike
in
Trout.
58 games. Same with Mike Trout, and that's
time has forgotten about Mike Trout.
and it's different for baseball because I think baseball is the sport where your postseason success impacts your legacy the
How you're
least.
viewed.
The least, I think, though, compared to football or basketball or anything like that. But when you are
It's because
Aaron
baseball's
Judge
more
is
of an
like
individual sport, right? Like it's you at the plate.
Yeah.
It's not like
you on the mound.
It's not like when I
But
say
it's
Jared
also-
Goff threw a
it's a-
touchdown.
it's a
Well, he
sport of
needed
failure.
blockers. Well, the wide receiver had to get open. Like so many things had to contribute
And
to that,
it's
right?
a
If Aaron
sport of
Judge gets a
failure.
hit, Aaron Judge got the hit.
Yeah, but Aaron Judge could go 3 for 3 with 3 home runs, and the Yankees could lose 4-3.
Yep.
So like in baseball, it's I think the least impactful, but Aaron Judge's case is like noticeably bad. Like he goes from a 360 guy to 201 in the playoffs.
No, and it's wild. I think that's changing too, Spenny. Like this, as we've kind of come through as a society, and again, getting to the granular no variance angle that everybody wants right now. I think you're seeing that changing because Mike Trout is viewed as less than, man. Like he just is.
He was on pace to be the greatest baseball player of all time, but he never had the playoff success, and so that's why he'll never be viewed as that.
Bingo. Like it is. It's just it's wildly changing. And what's wild about it is like Miguel Cabrera is one of the game's all-time greats.
Yep.
Viewed as such.
Arguably
Why?
the best hitter of all time.
Why? Because he won a World Series at 19 with the Marlins.
Yep.
He cashed it
Because
in.
Josh Beckett got on a heater and won a Game 7 in Yankee
Yeah,
Stadium.
Josh Beckett was out of his mind.
Yeah.
So was Dontrelle Willis back then too.
But
D-Train? I love D-Train.
But that
Till he
performance,
got here.
yeah.
that performance by Josh Beckett contributes to Miguel Cabrera's.
Oh,
how he's viewed.
absolutely.
It's why, and it has no. You know what I'm saying?
No, it does for sure. It
Yeah.
does for sure.
Stick, yes, it does.
It helps, but like let's be honest. Miguel Cabrera does have the resume outside of the World Series that's pretty damn impressive. Like when you're the first Triple Crown winner in almost 30, 40 years, that's a big deal.
Like
it's like to me that's as worthy as a World Series because less people have done it and it's harder to do. A team wins a World Series every year. You don't see too many Triple Crown hitters. So like Miggy's an odd example because he is the outlier.
What
in
do
that
what do
aspect.
Tigers fans say about Miggy here? What's their complaint?
he didn't get it done.
That he was fat at the end of his career.
Well, that was always going to
That
happen.
he ate up too much money.
Right,
at
but
the end of his
but again,
career.
that was if you're a ball knower, you knew that just
Yeah.
like Mike Trout's doing right now
You
for the
paid for
Angels.
what he did. You don't pay for what he was
Right.
going to do.
Yeah.
And I always
And,
tell
like-
I
like-
always tell everybody that too, Spenny. Like when I give the descriptions about it, when we talk about like his contract wasn't an 8-year, $240 million contract. It was a 4-year, $240 million contract that was made into an 8-year contract because you don't want to pay luxury tax.
Yeah.
Like,
But Miggy's the one guy I'll kind of like. The World Series is nice for him, but what he did individually in this league is pretty damn special.
Yes. Absolutely.
what were you going to say, Spenny? I'm sorry.
I just like Freddie Freeman's one of my favorite players ever. Like the way, and
His saga.
It's because like he's that guy. He's that dude. When it comes down to winning a World Series, and you're talking about the short list of bats that you want all time, Freddie Freeman is one of those names, and that's how he's going to be remembered. And that's why his legacy might like. Is Freddie Freeman as good as Mike Trout? No, he's not.
Is he as good as Miguel Cabrera?
No,
No.
no, he's not.
But he'll be viewed
But
that
he'll
way.
be viewed that way.
Yep,
because
it's wild.
because when the lights are the brightest, that guy's hitting walk-off grand slams in World Series games. Consistent, not with two different teams.
Right. He didn't just show up and do it once. He's a career 190 hitter.
It wasn't just he got carried by the Dodgers one year.
Right.
No, he did it in Atlanta too. Like, the guy is, I love Freddie, and he's just a cool ass dude.
Absolutely. All right, let's take the break then. When we come back, Dr. Pierce is in the building.
There he is.
He's bringing a special guest as well. We'll get things set up for that. Before we do cut to the break, Burn in the Super Chat. Every Tigers World Series comes after heartbreaking World Series losses when no one believes it'll happen. Going back to 1935, they were 0-5 in the World Series before that 1935 series.
I remember that 1935 year.
So does Tom Maz.
Maz was there.
He was a
selling
young
war
buck.
bonds.
Maz was covering the team.
He was. I think it was his 4th year covering the team there in 1935. Tom Mazaway, here for war bonds. Uncle Sam needs you.
He had the little press
Yeah,
thing in his
tag
hat.
on his hat. Oh, absolutely. I do remember that. Appreciate it, Burn, for tapping in. But yeah, let's take the break. Where are we going? Where can they find us on the social?
Social media. Make sure you follow Woodward Sports on all different social media platforms, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, Twitch, or TikTok. At Woodward Sports has a great presence on all of these different platforms. So tap in, give us a follow, share the content for the best Detroit sports content in the city at Woodward Sports on all different social media platforms.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give him a David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
All right, Jars Cannabis, they got that top shelf quality, unmatched variety, and priced for you, the people. Go to shopjars.com to check out all their locations around Metro Detroit. Make sure you mention Woodward Sports when you're in there, and even if you're around the state, they got them in Grand Rapids, all the way in Milan, and of course, right here, Madison Heights, St. Clair Shores. They're all over the place, so make sure you hit up Jars today, and it's going to be nice. So, nice weather means more jars.
Absolutely, it does. All right, we're back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're going to push Dr. Pierce back about 8 minutes or so, if that's cool.
Keep your damn hands off.
That is true. No, but we're gonna talk some Frank Ragnow with Doc. But it is Tuesday.
Yep.
It is a rest in peace Tuesday. So let's slide that in really quick and get to everybody's rest in peace. So for those that don't know, rest in peace Tuesday, we take somebody from the sports world, put them in a proverbial coffin, not a real coffin. Proverbial. That's the word you use when you say
like
fake.
That. All right.
Right?
Let's do it.
Am I using that right? I think I'm using it right.
I don't even care if you're not.
That's true. No, I think I'm doing it right. No, but that is what we do. Rest in peace Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. You ready to rock, Chase?
We're rolling.
We're rolling. All right, Spencer Raxter. You typically bat lead off.
Yep.
Who you putting in the sports coffin?
Rest in peace.
I'm going to do it. Rest in peace to Frank Ragnow
Oh,
as the center
man.
of the Detroit Lions. Yeah, sucks. I believe he's the greatest center in the history of the Detroit Lions. Great dude, great for the city, great for the team.
All true.
Sucks, man. Gonna miss him. The best center in the league. Frank, we love you. Thank you for everything you've given the team. You brought us from garbage to what we are now. I'm just sad that when this team wins the Super Bowl, he's not going to be the center.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely agree with that. Man, that's very somber.
Yeah, I had to do it.
Very, very somber one to start, no doubt about it. Somebody bring some levity to this situation.
Simeon?
Intern Simeon, you jumping in here?
I actually do have one, yeah.
All right, who you putting in the coffin?
Texas baseball.
Get that mic a little closer to you, Simeon.
Texas baseball. They lost back-to-back games to UTSA.
That's
They got
tough.
ace out of the tournament.
Yeah,
Their
can't do
$9
that.
million NIL fund. So rest in peace to them.
You could probably say that about a lot of baseball programs, by the way.
Yeah, Vandy too.
Vandy.
Yeah.
Shout out Wright State from the Horizon League.
There
They
we go.
literally
They did.
put them.
I
The
know.
Horizon League
Yeah.
literally put Vandy baseball
Yeah,
in the
they
coffin.
did. No hit through 6 and then blew it.
Oregon.
We'll do it again.
Oregon got dipped out as well.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss got dipped out.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was definitely a lot of rest in peace going on.
And all SEC.
All in the SEC as well. Chase in the Chase Sound booth. Who you putting in the coffin?
This one's gonna hit a little close to home as well. R.I.P. to the Erie Seawolves. They recently put in a bid, not for real, but they recently put in a bid on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. We've been talking about all of like the crazy theme nights for minor league baseball. They brought it up on that HBO late night show once a week, and they wanted to rename a team for a theme night. Over 47 minor league teams put in for the ability. The only premise was like they're not allowed to, like, they have no say in the matter at all. Like they're just given the free reign to the show for their theme night. And of all the teams that submitted, the Erie Seawolves were selected, and they're going to be going through a name change. There'll still be something Erie related, but no longer will it be the Seawolves for those few nights a year on those theme nights for this season. So R.I.P. to the Erie Seawolves.
Man, I feel like an era's come to an end. This is a sad rest in peace today.
They gave out like 11 different reasons as to why they should be picked, and one of them was they're nowhere near. They're called the Seawolves, and they play nowhere near the sea. So
it's valid.
Yeah,
and they're not even wolves.
Are there wolves there in Erie?
I don't think so.
Are there wolves in the sea?
I don't think so. I mean, there's seahorses, but I've never heard of like a sea wolf.
I've heard of sea bears.
Sea hawks.
Sea cows. Manatees.
Yep.
Yeah. Sea
Mike
rhinoceros.
Mike G in the chat. Rest in peace, Pistons dynasty since Joe Dumars drafted Darko. Oddly enough, that was the year they won a championship.
How's that work?
I don't know.
People in the chat are saying sea men.
So,
all right, moving on, everybody. Moving on, okay? Who didn't see that coming?
I take a lot of joy in this RIP. Rest in peace to the New York Knickerbockers.
I was told it was always going to be the Knicks in 7.
I was told that they gave up everything to make the next step. Is the next step getting bounced from the same round you got bounced from last year? Those guys
made
me root for the Pacers, and for that I will never forgive them. I hate the Pacers, but the Pacers became my team. I found myself rooting for the Pacers, Neil, all because flopping Jalen Brunson, all because Zesty Cat, All
very
because
zesty.
their frumpy head coach with the worst comb over you've ever seen.
Yeah,
in your life.
it's time to call it a day with the four-hair comb over. Like, it's time. And I don't do the personal appearance thing. I don't. But for that, it's time.
Cat's
Rest in
definitely
peace
zesty.
to that Gump Mitchell that just got offensive rebounds and occupied space and couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life. Like, I ended up hating that Knicks team with a passion I have not hated a basketball team with since the San Antonio Spurs in 2005. Like, I hate that Knicks team. I am so glad they gave up everything. I am so glad they have no more assets to build. I am so glad they went all in on Karl Anthony Towns, only to get bumped
They
Big purr.
again by the Pacers.
the sports business podcast I listened to was talking about it. They are going to be in the mix for Giannis.
Of course they have to be,
movable.
but what do they got to give up to get them?
Just some movable deadweight They have enough deadweight contracts on the back of the bench to make the numbers
Good.
work.
Go,
But they don't
Giannis,
have any picks.
so you can suck in New York too.
They don't have any picks.
They have
Right,
zero
but they have
picks.
money. They have money. They have money they can get rid of.
That's fair.
So that's what I can't wait to see. They can bring in somebody else to have the draft capital if it gets, if it makes it worth their time.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So-
matter. They got to figure it out, and guess what? They didn't yet.
They didn't yet,
So-
no, and there's
so
no
keep
reason to
trying.
think that they would.
It hasn't been since 1973, and your fans came in here talking to Detroit fans like you have anything on the Pistons. We got 3 ships. 3 of them.
It's true.
We got none. None since 73.
Zero.
You were celebrating that you were going to an Eastern Conference Finals. We went to 6 in a row, and you know what it was? Just another day at the office for us. Like, oh God, those Knicks fans. They're on Twitter. I think Knicks Twitter is just as bad as Vikings and Green Bay's.
Woodward Sports, no, Mike G. We are not doing a chat poll of, quote, who's your favorite Seaman. No, we're not. Get it back together, everybody. All right? Everybody get it back together. Doc's coming on in a
Top
few
5
minutes.
Wednesday tomorrow.
Can I nominate Ocean Man by Ween, the song?
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Top 5 Wednesday, Neil. Do we have a top
Top
there?
5 Seamen?
No.
Why not? I think that's a good one.
No. Okay,
What
rest
do you
in
have
peace.
against the armed forces, Neil?
Rest in peace.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Also basketball related. Rest in peace to the NBA Finals TV ratings coming up. Because Oklahoma City, Indiana Pacers ain't going to do it for people out there. And it's not the NBA's fault. It's your fault. Because what's everybody going to run to? There's no big markets. Even though all people say all the time is, I hate the big market teams. I hate them. No, you don't. They're the only ones you're going to watch because you're not going to watch. And OKC has probably the best player in the game, one of the best 3 players in the game in SGA, right? They did this franchise. Everything they did it the right way. Through the draft, drafted their team, by the books. They still have more draft picks than they can use. That should be a story to you people. But there's no LA, Miami, Chicago, New York, so you're not going to watch.
I got a theory.
So that is on you people. It's not on the NBA, even though you tell me you hate big market teams.
What do you mean, you people?
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
So I got a conspiracy theory about the small market thing. The NBA had to have a small market champion eventually, right? That has been the knock.
They have Milwaukee.
Yeah, I guess. But that's been the knock, right? It's all about ratings. So what do? You bite the bullet for 1 year, put 2 small markets in, you're guaranteed a small market wins, and then you move on with the rest of your life. That's what I think the NBA. You know what?
I don't know.
We're guaranteeing a small market, and then we never have to hear it again.
I don't know. I think the NBA is kind of pissed off. They did everything in their power to make sure the Lakers would be in the fucking finals this year, and those guys just choked.
Yeah.
Well,
that is true.
That's LeBron's
Adam Silver
legacy.
said, "Here you go, Luka Doncic,"
That's
and
what
they
LeBron
still
is.
lost.
And they still lost.
Listen, I hate Adam Silver now. I had respect for Adam Silver. Sucks, dude, and he looks like a vampire. Fuck Adam Silver. David Stern's the goat.
I don't. For the record, I don't do the
Salvador Dali
I don't do the
painting.
personal appearance thing. Okay, that's your guys. That's your lane.
I think we could
Except
all
for
agree
Tom
that he
Thibodeau.
looks like a vampire.
Except for Tom Thibodeau's comb over.
And Russell Wilson's action figure hair.
And Ryan Day's beard.
And Russell Wilson's action figure hair and doing lunges in an airplane.
Yeah, the lunges in the airplane is just him being a douchebag.
100%.
Team
All right.
future.
Mike Hilton in the super chat. Am I in trouble now? Am I in timeout? Help.
What?
Not that I'm aware of, Mike.
Nope.
Not that I'm aware of. All right, let's take the break. Come back. Dr. Pierce is here in the house. Has a very special guest here in the Metro Detroit community as well. A lot of you know him also. We got a ton to get to. with Doc for sure. Ven Johnson, everybody. That's right. Good to have Ven Johnson here in the house with us at Woodward Sports. And again, they're a very, very valued partner with us. Justice. It just means different things to different people. But whatever, it's a settlement or a verdict. Either way, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious, trial lawyers, Ben Johnson Law. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. And right now, still using the promo code Woodward1000. That's right, scan the QR code on the screen above my head. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Make your first deposit using the promo code Woodward1000. That way, when you make your very first bet, if you lose that first bet, you'll get it all back as a free bonus bet. All the way up to $1,000, everybody. So that is the stakes. By the way, it's Caesars, one of the OGs of the sports betting game. The app is clean. It's not glitchy. All the markets are easy to find. They have it all available for you. You want to do intern Simeon's college baseball nonsense? Go ahead and do it on Caesar Sportsbook. I'm not going to stop you, and neither will Caesar Sportsbook. So, again, out there, promo code Woodward1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, we are back at it here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. It is time, that's right, for our Injury Insider, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. His visit powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield. It is Dr. Jeff Pierce. Woo-hoo! He's brought friends as well.
And
his
family.
Son, and family, absolutely. It's a whole couch full here today with our Injury Insider, Dr. Jeff Pierce. And Doc, we appreciate your time, as always, coming on in, and we'll get it. We got your guy, Matt Dew, right here in the house, one of the local purveyors in the Rochester area. What's up, Doc? How are you?
I'm good. I always wondered what this couch was for. Now I realize I got to bring two guests to get onto the couch.
That's right. So
give you some neck pain, by the way.
No, I'm fine. I catch you guys right up there. So
look how good we look.
So we're good. Gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. But the squad is here in the house. Just want to introduce the squad before we get things going. You know him on TikTok. Over 250,000 of you, I believe, is the number. Matt Dewright. He is the purveyor and the owner of Redknapp's in Rochester. And, Matt, that's a very interesting story. Been in the community of Rochester over 70 years. You've owned the place for over 5 years. It's become kind of a staple for a lot of reasons, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's been around for 75 years, but now with the social media, people are coming from all across the country. So driving from Illinois or Florida, and it's a really cool thing just to play this milkshake game.
It is crazy. Wild because, and I do. We're going to get to Ragnow and everything in a second, Doc. I love the little deal you do with you change the color, you mash some flavors together, and you tell the people, you say, all right, identify the flavor. 100% right. People taste with their eyes. Mm-hmm. 1,000,000% they do. You're right. You uncovered that.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I didn't uncover it, but I kind of leveraged
no, you did.
that. Yeah. Leverage that opportunity, and only about 50% of the people get it right, actually. People think it's going to be so easy coming in, but a lot of fails, so.
We got one of his videos if we want to play it.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Dr. Pierce, your son Alec here in the building as well. Big lacrosse guy. Also, Alec, Dr. Pierce told us about your recent successes on the field, so congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you for letting us come in today.
Yeah, no doubt, Alec. Doc, we do want to get things started. Jason Kenny in the Super Chat, by the way. Rest in peace to getting top draft picks from Arkansas at center. Travis Swanson and Big Frank held it down for almost 2 decades combined. Thanks, Arkansas, for them dogs. I didn't know that. That's a good
Shout
call.
out Arkansas.
Fun fact. Shout out Arkansas. Yeah. That's right. Doc, speaking of Frank Ragnow.
Yep.
And Spenny, you got the graphic?
Yeah.
Frank Ragnow, Doc, before you get into the base or the football thing about it, him not being there anymore, all of it, this man played through it all. I mean, it is flat out incredible. A fractured throat, tore the plantar. I forgot about this one. The plantar plate in his foot, missed the rest of the season. Multiple foot and ankle issues. Surgery in December on his knee. Oh, yeah, missed one game. Torn pec muscle. Oh, yeah, missed one game. Is he a medical marvel?
There's two ways to look at that. Let's go positive. He is a medical marvel, right? He is the ultimate warrior. Like they say, if we were back in gladiator days, who would be winning? It would be a Frank Ragnow out there. He'd be the king because of it.
He'd take on the gorilla.
He'd take on the gorilla.
Yep.
Right. He's one
Frank
of my.
Ragnows.
You just need one, right? No, but the other thing is he prematurely retiring, right? Did he make the right decisions to continue to play on? Did he multiply what those some of those injuries became, where it was so much wear and tear he couldn't catch up. He couldn't catch his breath. He was all about, I'm going to play no matter what. Some of the players today don't have that attitude, talking about basketball. I mean, talk about some of the football players. There's a different mentality going out there. There's not the warrior mentality. Why has that changed? Because it's a business. I mean, could Frank have 2 more years in him? Is he going to miss out on the Super Bowl this year? We want to say yes, right? Why would this guy miss out on the Super Bowl? He was our powerhouse of the offense for so many years. So I can play it both ways. The injuries added up and became what led to his early retirement, or this guy is the warrior who played through everything and someone should take a lesson. What am I telling my high school kids right now? What are we going to tell them right now? Which is the path you should follow? So that's the question out there. Right now the path is look out for the concussions. Look out for the little injuries. Get properly recovered. I mean, that's what I push. I push prevention, proper treatment. So Frank Ragnow is a little bit against the grain of what we're saying is ignored. Like, how do you return from a pec muscle tear?
In a week?
In a week.
Come on, man.
It's ridiculous.
Secret sauce.
That's a lot of secret sauce. It's a lot of mental toughness. It's a lot of all that added up where he said, I'm playing. I'm here. I've committed. I'm committed to my contract. I'm committed to my team. I'm committed to my city. And did we lose a year or two of his career? I guess that's a debate for the chat.
Right. Doc, the thing that I always go back to with Frank Ragnow, I was unaware that you could, quote, fracture a throat. And that's what everybody's been talking about here today.
Yeah, that's...
What is that? Take us through that.
And what's the recovery process?
Yeah.
Well, you stick your finger down your throat. Push No, you got to realize the throat is cartilage. It's very solid cartilage. It's not like bone fragments, like your arm bone or your leg bone, your humerus and your femur. Those are big, strong bones. This is cartilage. Like he was quoted, it was just a weird hit during the block that kind of got up into his throat. And you do, like that, kung fu, all that stuff. They teach you go for the throat because you take out the windpipe because it's easier to fracture that and, as opposed to the sternum. But that's the kind of things that you can do. Does it happen? Yes. Does cartilage require a lot of surgery? No. In his case, it was rest and let that thing heal. If it gets so bad where it would have blocked the airway, then, yeah, that's a whole nother medical emergency, which fortunately he didn't have.
Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into their soccer night in Detroit. Red Naps is amazing. So the streets know. The streets definitely know. Matt Do-Right here with us as well with Dr. Pierce talking Frank Ragnow.
So go ahead. I was going to give a little story of how we met.
I do want to hear that.
Okay. Well,
now.
You fit it in.
You fit in it. All
how'd you guys meet? See, sometimes, Doc, it's easy. Just do hey, how'd you guys meet?
Just a little lead in.
Yeah.
No, it was funny because we've been in Rochester. I've been going to Red Naps for my whole career. When I was in the Troy Sports Center, we weren't far away. A lot of meetings, always best burgers, best shakes. And then this kid took it to a whole nother level. And the whole nother level was identified by my son. That's why I wanted him here today. I'm trying to be the cool dad, right? I'm not trying. But he's like, we walk in, I'm like, we want shakes. We were eating across the street. I'm like, forget dessert here. We're going for shakes across the street. And they're like, Dad, you got to ask him. I'm like, what? He goes, that's the TikTok guy. I'm like, yeah. And then we started talking and rapping, and I'm like, how can you help me? He goes, I watch Woodward Sports all the time. So he's a fan of
Shout
Woodward
out,
Sports.
by the way, for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then my son's like, all his buddies are like, they all know about this guy. So I'm like, how do we combine this? How do we bring it together? You know, well, there's a lot of medical needs with guys eating too many shakes. I know that. So if I can help out at all.
Well, Matt, it's interesting because you're a huge sports guy, as you talked about, big Lions guy. The Lions come through your place.
Yeah.
Right? Like, give us an example. What's a typical NFL Detroit Lions meal?
Well, so I actually went out to get Craig Reynolds. So I used to do this series where I pass out milkshakes on the street, and I saw that Craig Reynolds was doing a signing. So I got in there and actually got him to try it. That's how I got him in one of my videos. But I've also had like Tyler Conklin that used to play for the Jets, is now on LA. He's a local guy here. So, but they're eating a lot, man. They're getting a whole, loaded tot. So it's chili, cheese, all the fixings on there. They have a burger, shake, and fries. These guys gotta hopefully eat better during the season, but in off season, they're definitely.
And a milkshake would be good for a broken throat, I feel like.
For sure.
Would it help? I mean,
yeah.
I guess.
I feel like it has to, right?
Protein in there. No, Matt, what inspired the whole milkshake thing?
Well, it started back in 2020. I actually got Gordon Ramsay's attention, so that was my first kind of shot at the internet. I put a bunch of weird stuff in burgers, cotton candy, like just weird stuff, and finally he roasted me after 63 days. So I was like, okay, there's something to this social media thing, right? And I just had to keep evolving series. So this is actually my 22nd viral series, but it's doing so well right now that's pretty much anyone that sees, right? They just see these green milkshakes pop up. So
talking with Dr. Pierce here on Tuesday. Matt Do Right. Look him up on TikTok, by the way, the purveyor of Red Naps in Rochester. He's the owner there. Dr. Pierce's son, Alec, is here also. But we're just chopping up, talking Frank Ragnow, talking shakes, talking burgers, all of that. Doc, you don't condone that, right? Loaded tots, professional athletes.
What decade are we in? If you're in your 20s, your teens, okay. When you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you're there.
Yeah, wait. I can't have loaded tots now?
You can. You're going to feel it the next day. You better have that exercise program and that cleansing program for the next day.
I got none of that. None of it.
You do stay skinny for some reason.
And it's weird, because I hadn't gone to a doctor for, let's say, probably 20 years. But my wife's a doctor now, so she was adamant. You got to go. You got to at least get checked out to see what your levels are on blood and all cholesterol.
Got all the blood.
Perfect across the board. And she's mad about it because I'm the anomaly. I don't eat my vegetables. I don't have a workout plan. I don't do any of that stuff. I live.
L-I-V-I-N.
I wake up every day and I do what the hell I want.
Hey,
and it turns out I'm okay.
People have been living.
You're
for
that 1% of 1%.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Lucky, I guess.
You are lucky.
All right, Doc, as we wrap this thing up here, people want to know, because it's our audience and you know what they do. Your best guess. How much secret sauce did Frank Ragnow take in his career? It's your thing. This is all right, like Red Naps in Rochester, the milkshake is their thing.
Right.
You have a similar thing about the secret sauce.
Yeah, you need to push that for me.
Yeah, you need a Dr. Pierce secret sauce shake.
We did have a Doc Rock salad before, a big salad. So maybe we can do something at Red Nap before.
Secret sauce in a milkshake. That's what we got to do. No, but Doc, how much secret sauce did Frank Ragnow have that people are asking?
He was on a monthly regimen, probably, most likely.
So it was a part of his diet.
He had more mental toughness than secret sauce. I mean, I want to take all the credit for secret sauce, but that guy had mental toughness. Yeah. And you see it. Me being with the players, me being in the locker room, you can walk around the locker room and look at it. My bigger fame was with the Red Wings, and those guys were all warriors. They were all warriors. Who was the toughest? I don't know. I mean, obviously Probert was one. McCarty, I know Darren's on the show, but Darren is really top 5 for sure.
Really?
If not number 1. He ignored everything. I mean, Joey Koser.
Really?
Yeah. Shit, stuff doesn't change, does it?
Fox 2.
No, but Joey Koser definitely up there. The grind line was not by accident.
Right.
Even Drapes returning from that facial concussion, all that. I mean, every one of them, you can go down the list. I mean, even Stevie Y, as much as he was supposed to be protected, he still had a chip on his shoulder a lot of the time. So, I mean, all of them. But, yeah, probably Joey, obviously Probert, Mac's definitely up there in the top 3, but some of the other guys, the utility guys, I mean, they're definitely up there. Some of the names that you wouldn't recognize as big, but yeah, I mean, they're the tough boys. For sure.
I love that. Because we talk about it all day. Like, we're just watching, oh, that guy looks tough. But when it's a doctor that's like, this guy's had a broken back for 3 years and never said a word. Like, it's
true. I mean, the injury reports that would come out after the Red Wings season was ridiculous, what they played through.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it less and less. Again, do I want to say the business has ruined the games? It's changed the games. I don't want to say ruined the games, but it's taken that old mentality. Like, I would sit with Ted Lindsay and Mickey Redmond about the good old days and what we did, what our warm-up program was. We didn't have an after program. We had a beer after the game. That was our cool down.
Hell yeah.
Having a smoke was their pregame.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the
they
pregame.
worked in the coal mine first, then they had
That's
to
when
go
real
play
men
hockey.
were playing sports.
No
It's
doubt.
true.
Doc, as we wrap this up, I do want to get Matt's opinion on this. Matt Do-Right, by the way, the owner of Rednaps in Rochester. He's a social media star, about 250,000-ish TikTok followers, so look him up, Matt Do-Right there. But Matt, all right, Frank Ragnow has retired. I know you're a big fan. Where you see it shaking out this year?
I don't know. I was a little scared when I saw that retirement post. Actually, it was your guys' post that I saw it on, and I'm a little nervous, but I have faith that Brad Holmes did the right things in the draft. Tate Ratledge, right, is going to be taking over. Hopefully, he competes as well as he did in the NFL as he did in college. So I'm staying hopeful.
All right, Alec, how do you see it shaking out, man?
I think the lines are gritty enough. We're going to have good replacements, and we'll do well this year. Hopefully take us to the Super Bowl.
You got 12-5. What do you got? Doesn't matter.
I'll go 13-4 this year.
13-4. All right. Alex undeterred, everybody. So we are ready to rock.
I want to do a little shout out.
Yeah.
Alec did get All-State. We don't know if he's first team or second team for lacrosse middies. He got MVP for Cranbrook, and they played their best game as they lost to DCD last week. But he got rocked. His best friend knocked him on his ass twice.
Yeah.
And got flagged from it. But his buddy's like, you're not scoring on me today, no matter what. And he made the no matter what. But my son fought through it. Proud of him.
Dude, I love that. Like playing against guys that you don't really care about is one thing, but when it's your boy, you want to put him on his ass.
Oh, no doubt.
My best friend in the world, Wellington, we've almost killed each other on athletic fields.
Well, it's nothing some loaded tops that Red Naps can't take care of post game, right? Like that's
only
if you're
I
under
think we
40.
need to do a shout out for Red Naps. You got to do a discount for Woodward Sports or something. Mention the show today.
Yeah,
you can pronounce that.
Yeah, you get a 15% off if you mention Woodward Sports today.
All right,
There you
pull
go.
up. Red
Boom.
Naps in Rochester, everybody. Don't say that. Don't say Matt Do-Right didn't do anything for you.
No, I'm cool with it.
No, Matt, we appreciate you pulling up, though, man. Again, big fans of what you're doing and everything like that. Keeping it in the Rochester area, also, that's big time. Man.
I'm honored to be a part of the show, man. Like I said, I've been watching for years. This is super cool.
Thank you all, man.
My dad was a mailman in Rochester for 30 years.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out.
Shout out Cranbrook. Shout out the boys, lacrosse team, everyone.
There it is, everybody.
Good luck to your girlfriend.
Good luck to DCD, girls and boys.
There it is. All right, everybody. Doc, we appreciate you. Matt, we appreciate you. Alec, we appreciate you. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a ton of fun. Where are we going with the breaks, Manny?
Let's do merch.
All right. Get the very best in Detroit sports wearables. That's right. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Hey, the Lions play the Rams. Get the Boot 'em Kids shirts. We sell them year-round for some reason, but we do. You got to gear up. We play the Rams every year. We boo children. It's what we do here in Detroit. That's what I was told. And I was told that. Boot 'em Kids. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet. Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Tiger fans, that's right. Join us for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Woodward Sports hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit, the iconic bars in Detroit, to watch a Tigers game live on the network. Join Spencer and Easy on Friday, June 13th for our second stop on the tour, Nemo's. If you know, you know, everybody. One of the iconic bars throughout Detroit history. Be a part of the fun. Watch your reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to the best team in baseball. That's what the record says they are, the best team in baseball. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ben Johnson Law. All right, coming down the stretch, everybody, Big D Energy. Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, stick in for D-Mac. Fun show today. I can't believe it's over, all right?
Did you see this Madden cover with Jake Bates humping the ground?
I love the little alt ones that CBS came out, but Jameis Winston, I would buy that one right now.
The 30 for 30 club. Love Jameis.
He's the man.
He's the best backup quarterback you could ever ask for.
Yes. We got Chase in the Chase Lounge, of course, intern Simeon as well. Spencer Raxter, third to first. Joe, Nemo Shuttle. It's clutch. Yes, it is. So pull on up.
Burger.
Iconic.
I forget what restaurant has the almost as good as Nemo's burger. Like, they just conceded. I think it's Joe Cool's or something. I think that's what it's called. But their burger is the almost as good as Nemo's burger.
Right.
Because Nemo's burger is fantastic.
I just linked up with Matt. I think we're going to do a heavyweights food review from his spot.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Let's go.
Should be very cool. I'm
Shout
excited.
out, Spenny. Hell yeah, dude.
I would expect you guys to
He said he's got a 5-pound burger challenge. So, like,
whoa.
What do you think, Spenny, right here, right now? What if you had to lay the line?
I've never seen a 5-pound burger.
It's more than you.
It's more than
Can he bring it in and we do it live on the show?
Yeah.
What goes on it? Is it just like?
Let's bring him in. He's still out there.
Yeah.
Go grab him real quick.
If it's just ketchup, mustard, pickle, I think I'm up for that challenge.
I told him about the 5-pound
Yeah, we're talking about the 5-pound burger challenge. We want to know, like, because I did one of these on my way to New York on a road trip in Pennsylvania. There was
that seems aggressive.
There was a 5-pound burger, and it had like all the toppings. He had what are the stipulations with this 5-pound burger?
Yeah, so it's 3 pounds of beef. It's a pound bun. It's a pound of fries, and it comes with lettuce, tomato, mayo, onion, and pickle. So it's a massive burger. We've had 16 attempts, and only 5 people have been able to do it so far. So
Spenny, it's 3 pounds. That's nothing.
Yeah, what's the time?
You get 30 minutes to finish it.
I think I can do that.
That's 12 quarter pounders.
You guys are, and everyone always does this. You underestimate the bun.
Yeah,
dude.
Dip it in water. Dip it in water.
I'll have to practice first.
If you dip it in water, it
some reps in.
collapses the bun. You've watched the hot dog guy. You've seen. That's why they dip it in the water. Put the bun on the side. Concentrate on the 3 pounds of meat and the toppings.
Yep.
But dip the bun in water. It disintegrates it. Then you open up your goal.
John F. The people are demanding it. Live show. Do it,
Yeah, we
Spenny.
want to do it live. Could you bring a 5-pound burger here?
Would you bring one?
I would absolutely bring one.
Well, can we do one live on the air?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, you guys coordinate it.
Shout out Redknapp.
We'll just check in with Spenny the whole time.
Yeah, we need Doc on site.
In case.
Doc, you can never be too careful.
Doc on standby for sure.
Dude, that would be great to track your heart rate through it.
Yeah.
Because you know when all that stuff hits your system, you're going to be starting to work
All right.
overtime.
The people are hyped about this.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the Super Size Me guy? He did that with McDonald's, like only McDonald's for 3 meals a day for 30 days.
He
R.I.P.
cheated though, didn't he cheat?
Well,
Probably.
Yeah, I heard there was some finagling.
He
No
passed
cheat.
away. R.I.P.
No cheat. How long do you have with the 5-pound burger?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh, geez.
Could I take off
it's
the
aggressive.
That's
lettuce,
pretty
tomato,
fast.
mayo, and
No.
put more fries on there?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, bet. I got that down. Yeah.
Chase is like
Yeah.
weirdly
Dude,
confident.
We're gonna do it on
I'm
heavyweights. I'm excited.
Like Joey Joey's
a monster.
Didn't Joey beat you at pizza or something?
He beat Easy at Coney's.
Yeah, Joey beat Easy at eating Coney's.
Okay, Joey.
Yeah, don't let Joey fool you.
The guy Joey can eat.
I've talked
Top
about how
5
picky I am.
eaters at WSN.
Yeah.
Danny-
All right, we're going to do that. Live on the heavyweights. All
Yeah,
right.
that's a perfect heavyweight.
That's what the heavyweights. We've been waiting for this moment.
It's true. I am the donut king of Walled Lake.
That
Remember?
is-
you won that
that's
competition.
not an opinion.
That is
that's
not
fact.
an opinion. That is fact.
Shout out Jerry Millen.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Man, our boy Matt Dewright from Red Knots and Rochester. What a cool dude, man.
Content, baby.
That content, baby. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, where do we go?
Yeah. Well, see you later. Danny G, I'm convinced Neil would divorce his wife if Jameis Winston wanted to marry him. I mean, she never had 30 touchdowns and 30 picks.
I enjoy eating crab legs.
I like crab legs too.
Like, what are we talking
Big
about?
fan of crab legs.
Yes. Jason Kenyon in the super chat. Did Katina come try the challenge? I don't know. I didn't see. They just rolled out. But I'll ask the next time. Time we see Matt. Matt's a great dude.
I gotta look up I'm gonna check out his social media later and see what that burger looks like.
Yeah. I've told you, Neil, like I've talked about how picky I am. Like hamburgers are like right in my alley. Like that's my niche.
That's your
and,
go-to.
Like, my boys know, like if Chase picks out somewhere to eat, I know I can either get chicken tenders or a burger guaranteed. Because like that's just what I like to eat. So yeah, I'm getting geeked for this challenge. I might go do it by myself.
All right. Phil, your wife also had never had $50 million, which is also true. You're making a good case.
Yeah.
You're making a good case. Tigers tonight against the White Sox. That'll be a win.
Would you be disappointed if they didn't sweep the White Sox?
Yes.
I said that too. I said that yesterday. Nick was like, "Oh, 3-1 is good." No, you got to sweep them. 4-game series, 4-game sweep.
What do they play them now? Was it they used to play them 19? What do they play 12 times?
Yeah, I think so.
13 times they play interdivision. I would be disappointed if it wasn't 11 and 2. I'd be disappointed.
Yep.
For real. They don't belong on the field with the Tigers.
No.
The Tigers played 2 games, got 7 hits and 1 run, and went 1-1 in those 2 games. That was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Team of destiny.
Mike G, I still can't believe Joey beat Easy in a Coney challenge.
Yeah.
Strange things happen.
Joey can house some food.
But you look at Kobayashi, you look at Joey Chestnut. They're not like big behemoth men coming in there and winning those eating competitions.
That was my first eating competition. Was the donut in Walled Lake at
There's
Greenhouse.
strategy involved, and like a lot of people think you should starve yourself beforehand. It actually shrinks your stomach and it fills up fast. You want to overeat, it expands your stomach.
You got to do like cabbage and stuff like that, like 8 hours before.
Lettuce.
Yeah, lettuce, cabbage. I saw a thing on Joey Chestnut. He's like, we do cabbage training to expand your gut. So that's pretty wild.
Did you guys talk about DeBrinkus yesterday? The guy from Sports Science.
Oh,
passing
John
away?
Brinkus?
Yeah, no, we haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you were just
No,
talking,
yeah.
for some reason that triggered that in my head. Rest in peace to that guy, man. Sports Science was such a cool show.
It was
The way
revolutionary.
they announced his death, though, was very strange.
Oh,
like he died of loneliness.
They said he lost his battle with depression, and I think
That
implies.
That implies, yes. We know what that implies.
Yeah. So, rest in peace to him. But some of the stuff that they put out, man, I loved Sports
Science was
pop
dope.
up on when actually ESPN and Sports Center was worth a damn.
Mhm.
But yeah, what a
Calvin
great
was on
segment.
Sports Science. Sue was on Sports Science too for the Lions.
a lot of people were on there.
Sue
Yeah.
and Calvin were the 3 Lions on it, and like Calvin's jump radius was
A
the
2-car
front side
garage.
of a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
Just amazing stuff, and that's the stuff that I love. The deep analytics like that when you're talking about how fast a guy is. Like they said, Calvin's just as fast as Javid Best. That's wild, and he's 50 pounds heavier.
Top 5 people are talking about tomorrow. What are we on? Do we remember?
No. I think we should do top 5 seamen.
Let me check the list to see
No.
if there's anything on the
Why?
docket.
You're not a Popeye fan?
Chase, please hurry up.
No Captain
we had
Jack
minor
Sparrow love?
inconveniences possibly like in the mix. We never
thought we
really
already
like kind of
did. Didn't we
molded
do
on
that?
there, but
I feel like
We did something extremely similar to that.
Yeah.
but no, we don't have anything on
guys.
there.
I forgot.
Like we've just been mulling around on like some stuff, so there's nothing.
All right, top 5. Give us a minute. 1 minute, guys. Top 5. Danny G, we need a top 5 of top 5 list. RJ Graham, what happened to Javi's hitting? I don't know. Regression to the mean?
Long season?
Top 5.
6 for his last 50, by the way.
That'll turn around.
Yes.
Have you guys done color combos?
Color combos?
Like color waves?
Haven't done.
It's not speaking to me.
Haven't done colors.
Oh,
I'm
it was
just thinking.
top 5 stores from the mall that closed. That's what I wanted you guys to do.
Okay. I like it.
Because everybody,
Top 5 extinct stores.
At the mall.
At the mall.
At the mall. So not like a Blockbuster.
Shout out Silverman's.
Yeah, shout out DJs. Shout out merry-go-round. You know, like where I used to shop back in the day and get my IOUs and Cavaricis.
Shout out malls, period.
Yeah, malls. Rest in peace, malls. But no, that was one I was thinking of. I'm glad I was able to recall it. But closed stores in the mall, because I saw something about Lakeside and I was like, oh,
nobody goes to the mall
ghost
anymore.
town. And Northland's dead. And
Right, yeah, they're all dead.
they're all dead. But let's reminisce tomorrow.
They're
Top
building
5
apartments where Northland used to
stores
be.
from closed. They're closed stores from malls.
Uh,
FYE.
Let me see.
Sam Goody.
L. Guys aren't allowed in a slump.
Disney store. Remember the Disney store?
L. A 2-year slump? Like, come on, L. Guys aren't allowed a slump. Maybe he just got on a heater for 30 games and it's regressing to the mean. Have we considered that, Al? Could that be the case?
Nope.
Okay.
He's back.
Top 5 songs. I feel like we've done that. Mike G, shout out Oak Tree. Rest in peace, Malls.
Yeah, see, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
Man. It'll bring up some old feels.
But I feel like all the.
I feel like something will hit later. It'll pop up in the group chat. Like somebody will have a golden ticket idea.
Shout out Merry-Go-Round. Shout out City Slickers.
City Slickers, my God.
Is Champ still with us?
Champs is still with us.
Are they?
No.
Lids is still there.
Where's there a Champs?
There's not one in Lakeside.
I don't.
There's got to be one at Partridge Creek then, right?
I don't know. When I think malls, I think 12 Oaks, because I grew up out there in that area in the Walled Lake.
Shout out Harmony
I used to go
House.
to Macomb Mall all the time.
Harmony House, where you used to have to go get your concert tickets in the very back.
Yep. FYE.
Yeah, dude, all those stores
I
are
remember
great.
FYE.
Entertainment.
Herman's. God.
Good God. No wonder malls went extinct. The Hudson's Cafe.
All right. Well, we'll think about it. Are you in tomorrow, Stick?
I'm in the building.
D-Max back.
I believe.
Okay. I'll shout out Stephen Barry's.
Oh God. Go get yourself a $5 hoodie.
What about this from Patrick? Top 5 places to take a dump.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
had
good
that
one.
I said that a while ago.
Top 5 places to take a
that?
dump's a good one.
You are in tomorrow? Top five places to take a dump?
Or it could be worse places. Like where you're stranded.
Top 5 worst times to have to take a dump.
Yeah,
when it just
I like
hits you.
that one better.
We'll figure it out.
All right, we'll report back tomorrow. For Stick, for Chase, for intern Simeon, also for Spencer Ratcher, I'm Neil Roll. Thanks for tapping in. Shout out Mr. Allen. Well, see you later.
25 on 250.